Yeah, no, I'm all dialed in, man. What do you think?
I think we hit the button and play an intro.
Let's do it, man. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Greg.
We are Gen X, and welcome to our podcast. We're the last generation to grow up without internet.
Or computers.
We're the last generation that played outside all day.
Until the street lights came on.
We watched cartoons on Saturday mornings.
While we
Sunday mornings.
cereal box movie commercials.
We didn't have
Weekday
cell phones
afternoons.
in our pockets.
We shared
Generic Sunday morning
Growing up
cartoons.
over the last 30 plus years, we have learned a few things about life.
raising kids, losing family, managing money.
Pay your
Having
bills, your
professional
taxes.
careers, self-care, and much, much more. Each episode, we talk about our experiences as Gen Xers.
Growing up in the 70s and 80s and how our lives have been
all we talk about.
influenced and
Yes.
shaped today.
We are now hitting our 50s, and we are still wondering,
Are we adults yet? It's been a couple years now. Are we still hitting our 50s, or are we like now well into our 50s?
I'm not well into my 50s.
well into.
I am not well into my 50s. I'm only 52.
So
It's only a fifth of the way in, bro. 20%.
yeah, we're not hitting it.
It's 20%.
Hitting it's like the first 5%.
Bro, you need to relook at your math. You need to redefine your
I'll ask
terms.
the robot about what the difference between hitting and
We are just now hitting our 50s, so we're landing
Yeah.
in our 50s.
yes.
Doesn't sound as cool. Anyhow, I tell you what. Hey, let's talk about the shit that scared us as kids or adults.
Love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking, like, legitimate things that are, like, scary. We're not, like, oh, I was afraid there for a minute. No, like, this shit was, like, not doing it again, or some profound impact thereafter, like some severe behavioral changes due to this fear, right? So in the next hour, we're going to jump into a couple of personal stories and some good examples of the shit that scared us. So, we'll give a shout out to our co-host, to our listeners, and to our viewers. I want to mention that right off the top. If you are listening to this on audio, thank you guys so much and very much for being a faithful follower. If you're just now joining us, welcome to the Gen X family. We have a couple of names for you. We have the Xies, we have the X-Maniacs, and we have Gen Xicans. So you can... So we're diversified. We have different levels of family here. So
Yeah.
Anywho, wherever you're finding this podcast, we greatly appreciate you and the fact that you spend your time with us. So I want to give a shout out to my co-host. Everybody, give a big shout out to my buddy Greg. What's up?
It's cracking, bro.
Tell us something good.
It's graduation week. I graduated another kid.
Nice.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Yep.
It's not bad.
We got
It's good.
6 kids. The first 4 are now graduated.
Yes.
It's not bad, right?
That's good. That's 100. You're batting 1,000.
Yeah.
That's good. That's perfect score so far. Knock on wood.
Yep. The most, is that average anymore? My parents had 4 kids. I'm the only one who graduated. So
That's it.
it seems like a lopsided statistic. My parents were 25% graduates.
We're talking high school graduates.
Yeah.
So in one arena, yes, I'm right there with you. With my kids, 1, 2, 3 graduated. My 4th one is 7, but she's well on her way. If she keeps everything, she's going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So
Batting 1,000.
so far,
3 graduates.
yes. Let's talk about the shit that scared us as kids or adults. Movies, near death, fights, accidents, bugs, animals, phobias, the dark, swimming where you can't see the bottom, flying, needles, blood, dentists, doctors, public speaking, love, loneliness, aging, death, etc.
Yeah, none of those things.
I'm not afraid of any of those anymore.
Not anymore.
Lies.
I grew
Most of
up
that's
scared
my
of
list.
everything. Except for bugs. I'm still scared of bugs.
Yeah, fuck. Do you see this bug? We're going to talk about this bug later.
That one?
We're talking about fuck. I've always said you could rob my house with one of these things. Right. You put it right here on my chest while I'm sleeping. I'm going to gnaw my head off and pull myself away with my chin and escape. Sorry, family. I'm out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going out a window.
They're like this big. They're as big as my thumb. Not doing it. We'll get into those a little bit later. Right. So anyways, one more shout out to all of our faithfuls out there. If you guys have any of these fears, if whatever phobias you want to hit us in the comments, and then hit us up before we announce ours to see if you guys match. Boomers, once again, Gen X, anybody our age, if you guys are, especially if you're coming over from the audio world and checking out our videos, the best way to tell us that you like what we're doing or that you're a follower is to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash on that subscribe button and then leave us a comment down there. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you guys have any fears or what yours are as we go through this. Make sure you let us know. We're still really small.
What we missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to forget some things.
We are. So we're really small still. So I'll respond to each one. So kind of cool. You can have like, the owner of a YouTube channel talk back to you. I think it's cool. Right.
Yes.
Everybody else thinks we're a giant corporation on the top of Full Course Towers.
Yep.
And we are.
Yeah.
So
show the real windows here for a second. You can see how high up we are.
yeah, here's that's really what we look like. But we like to make it look like we're like some mix between Gotham and Modesto. So
yes.
This is where we are. So anywho's. All right, so you can search YouTube for Gen X, Are We Adults Yet? And, one more time, thank you guys to all of our faithfuls out there. So let's start off with a few movies.
Movies first?
Let's do some movies first. Movies were good because back in high school or back when I was younger, obviously more impressionable and a little more fearful of things like the dark. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was afraid of the dark as a kid. Wouldn't touch the ground, keep my feet inside the blanket, breathe real lightly, not make any noise. Following all the rules you would want the people in scary movies.
Is that one of those natural fears that we're born with? Is this where we talked about that?
Fear of slashers because
fear
we grew up on movies.
And fear of heights, like the ones that we're born with. Are God-given fears that we're supposed to have that keep us alive.
So those, but then add to it the Friday the 13th, right? Halloween.
Yeah, that
movies like The Fog. You know what I mean? All these, The Exorcist, right? All these other scary-ass movies as kids. These slashers, these movies, right? But the first movie I want to get into was super scary, and this isn't just about how scary this movie was, but it was about how much of a mindfuck it really did, right? So I would have nightmares about this one. And again, this one right here, first one we're talking about is Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 1. Part 1. It was released in 1984. I was 12 years old.
Fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie, right? Because it had to do with dreams, right?
I think someone decided, we can write movies specifically to make people afraid of everyday things.
Yeah, like dreaming. Because you have no control over your dreams, right?
It made me afraid to sleep.
And the scene that you guys are watching, the one you've been watching for a few seconds now, is the one that stands out the most. I know it's not the jump scare one, but this is the slower moving mindfuck one. The scene we're watching is where she falls asleep in school. This is Nancy's dream. Just like the Gravedigger. Right? She's the kid gets called up to the front. He starts reading out of the book. And then she kind of dozes off. Then when she wakes up, he's sitting there going, they all die. Or whatever he says, right?
Yeah.
And she looks out the door of the classroom. The whole class is kind of frozen in time. She looks out the door, and there's like, she sees some shit out there. That she goes out in the hall, and then there's like that body bag that's like down the hall in the trail of blood, right? And then the feet get lifted up. You can't see anything, but the feet are lifted up, and she gets drugged down the hallway, and the arm flops out. Plop. And just the arm flopping out is like that quick little memory that just kept replaying. Just it wasn't a jump scare, but it was a slow mindfuck part, right?
The whole movie is like that.
Well, the whole movie's like that, but the part where Johnny Depp got eaten into the bed wasn't fine. It wasn't a big deal. Where Tina got all slashed up and the boyfriend got blamed for it, that wasn't no big deal. You know what I mean? And of course, all the booby traps at the end, and they do all of that crazy shit. But it was just that slow part. That was the part that stuck with me the most. You know what I mean? So fuck you, Freddy Krueger.
Fuck you, Wes Craven.
So here's the thing. I had a nightmare about this one, about Freddy. I had one Freddy nightmare, right? I was at a party, and it was a house party, and people in the backyard. I was in the house, and I remember hearing the commotion you would hear, like the cops were there, right? People screaming, yelling, running, dishes breaking, doors slamming, all the commotion, right?
Everybody going out the back.
But Freddy was there. Freddy showed up at the party, and everybody was screaming. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, consciously thinking in my dream, like, I won't look back. I'll turn this way. I'll make it, do all these things and blah, 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 blah. And I get trapped into a fucking bathroom. I do all the things that I'm not supposed to do.
Yep.
I get locked in the bathroom, and the shower tub combo thing has that little tiny skinny window at the top. That little tiny one where all the dust and shit gets collected. You put the shampoo for the tall
no
people.
one pays attention to, yeah.
Yes, right? It's only like this tall, and it slides, right? I'm like, I'm going out the fucking window, right? So I lock the door because, it's going to bite me. That little, right. Anyways, so I lock the door, I hop into the tub, I push the window, and I get up to the window, and just as soon as I get my head through, I'm trying to crawl through, and he fucking gets me. I feel him with this knife right in my back. just start stabbing me. I'm like, and then in a moment, it's like I froze. Not giving up, but not running. I froze. And then I'm like, I got to get like, I'm out of here, right? I'll just bleed and run, whatever. I remember like not giving up. You know what I mean?
So you wiggled out?
So, yeah, I hit the ground and then I got up and I ran off and the dream just melted or ended or went, whatever fucking dream.
Whatever they do.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they do. That's all I really, remember was, running, trying to be logical, getting caught in the bathroom, going, fuck. Yeah, of course I did, right? Trying to get out the window and getting caught. And just the feeling of like my head out, I can't see anything behind me. I know it's coming.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst. That's why I don't know about going through the window when someone's chasing you like that and just leaving your ass dangling.
So, okay, or the option was to just go ahead and just
feet first.
Fight him.
Your feet first. That's where you could fight your way out the window if you had to. If he came at you.
So the next time I have that dream, it's gonna be
Yeah.
tonight. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
I'll say extra prayers.
Go feet first next time.
And kick him? Bro, it's
No, that way you can punch.
It's Freddy Krueger. I should just fly through the ceiling like Superman.
Yeah, you need some more lucid dreaming skills.
I do. I need
That
to be
way
able
you
to
can just,
kick off the ground and tighten my core and I can fly faster.
Yes.
The
Make the
tighter my
world
core,
spin the opposite
the
direction.
tighter my core. I get about this high off the ground and then I'm just scraping. And I finally come to a stop. But I did like 100 feet. I'm like, it's almost like flying.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nightmare on Elm Street, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Got me. So that movie and just scary movies in general, like the old school scary movies, I just don't watch them like at nighttime, or I just don't watch them anymore. I won't watch them at
I
nighttime.
kind of quit watching them. Yeah. What was there's a series. What's the scary show? There's some Netflix show that's like a scary series thing. And I tried watching it with my girl and she couldn't sleep. I can usually just pass out most of the time. I don't even really dream or I don't remember my dreams or anything. So I go dead for 5 or 6 hours and then I just pop back awake. She's a light sleeper. So she's got those mom instincts that keep her on alert all night.
Right.
And if she sees anything that bothers her cycle, if she's stressed or anything, she has trouble sleeping. So scary movie. We can't do those. Whatever that show, American Horror Story.
Those were good.
Those, I liked it.
Some of those were really good.
Yeah, so I just decided we can't do this anymore. This is not good for you.
Yeah.
So I have to keep her from
It's
it.
a mind fuck. That's what I'm saying.
I make sure that she does not watch scary movies.
That's what I'm saying. Right? I need something wholesome to wash it down.
Yes.
So I can go to sleep and not have bad dreams. And that's the whole thing. It's the dreams.
Yeah.
It's the dreams. I've had reoccurring nightmares where there's a word for it, but I remember what I did the first time, second time, and third time in the same dream. I know I'm having the dream again. I know what's happening, and I know last time I had the dream, I didn't make it.
It's like a semi-lucid dreaming, right? There's like, if you're aware of your dreams, then it's somewhat lucid. And that, you just gotta go fucking next level, dude, and gain that control.
I did it. It took me 3 times.
But I mean, where you can like, fine, I'll just pull out a giant Bugs Bunny hammer and smash you.
So that's when I try and fly away, and I can only jump like over houses. Yeah. Or I try and fly, and like I said, I'm tightening, and I'm just...
Maybe you're just going hard with the flying thing. Maybe you just needed to go easy and like maybe try and generate a sword or something.
So, you know what? I've tried that. I've literally... This is so fucking embarrassing. In my dreams... I mean, it's my dream. I don't
go for one of the lesser powers, bro.
I've tried to shoot, and I said bang, and it worked once or twice. And in my dream, I felt dumb, but it was working. I was bang, and but I was yelling it louder, because it was a bigger.
Yeah, you get a bigger bullet, the louder you yell. Or the bullet flies faster.
I was a kid. I was a fucking kid. I was probably in high school. I don't know. I'll try a sword.
Yeah, try one of the lesser powers. You can go straight for flying, and you're just asking too much, I think. You gotta start with a rookie skill.
Escalation.
Yeah. The big Bugs Bunny hammer might be even easier than a sword because it's made out of wood. Maybe generating wood is easier.
If I just reach behind my back without looking,
yeah, just like Tweety Bird,
I'll pull out a fucking mallet that's already
big anime
malleted.
Yep. Yeah, it's easier to generate wood than it is to generate metal, right?
Yeah,
and it's easier to create things like that than it is to conquer physics, like flying. So you have to start with one of the lesser powers. Just generate wood, big mallet, or a club. Big Bugs Bunny club
a
too.
TNT dynamite stick.
Yeah, there you go. Go with some of the Wile E. Coyote. See if those work.
Have you seen how it
Order
ends for
some
the
stuff
Coyote?
from Acme.
Have you seen it? He doesn't end well.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work well for him. Another movie that didn't work well for me was 1973's banger, The Exorcist. This one, okay, so I didn't watch it in 73. I didn't watch it in 74. I was born in 72. But I remember watching TV commercials for it. And I remember being scared shitless. I remember seeing the book, like either at my mom's house or my aunt's house, or I remember seeing the book somewhere.
Was there like a lot? Was it in the press? It was a controversial movie or something.
It
right?
was.
Yeah.
It was very controversial back in that day. And the part that it scared, that was like always freaky for me, is because I never really understood, deep religion, deep occult, fantasy and fiction versus real history versus Hollywood's real history versus, you know what I mean? There's a foundation in there
somewhere. Blur the lines.
There's a common piece in all of those things, right? So it was always intriguing, scary, mystical, right? But the scary part about it is there's no defense against demons or the supernatural. Not for me. There are. There's faith, there's belief, there are. But I'm talking like, my tools, like
swords and mallets.
Like apparently I can't just finger bang a demon and kill him. It's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way, right? I need other tools. And let's say
finger bang.
Well, you said make wood. So what I'm getting at is back to the dream stuff. What in my dreams can battle a demon? What am I gonna, do a shuriken? Am I gonna? I can't fly. We just talked about this, right?
Silver bullets.
That's for a werewolf, bro.
You have to try all the things.
Wolfman's got nards.
Isn't he a demon? Technically,
yeah.
And garlic works good on demons for some reason.
I hate lots of garlic. There's a scene where she does like a bear crawl, but inverted backwards over
ceiling,
her back,
up
the stairs and shit. She goes like a spider, but upside down, kind of like that. And it's kind of freaky fucking shit.
Yeah. I saw a guy on America's Got Talent that could actually do that.
Yeah, no.
Still, it looks creepy.
Those ass. Don't like them.
So, no thanks.
So again, it goes back to the dreams. It goes back to the scary shit, right? And it was, again, the supernatural, God and demons, heaven versus hell. No, I'm powerless over this kind. And just again in my dream, just
it's less good guys, bad guys, more.
This is not cowboys and Indians.
Demonic realms and out of your physical control. I think that movie messed up generations of children.
Super scary, bro. Nightmare on Elm Street. Total banger, right? And then the next 9 movies were fun. That was cool. Freddy gets to fight Jason in one of them. And there he gets killed a bunch of times.
They had all kinds of crazy stuff, huh? He got killed every time, didn't he?
I think so. I don't know. I seen 2. Was 2 was good? Was 3 the Dream Warriors? Was 2 the Dream Warriors? The one where Dawkins did their soundtrack or did the Dream Warriors theme song? Oh my God! So. Facebook land, some random post. I bet you can't think of a better 80s band than Dawkins. I'll wait, or something like that, right? some baity, clicky, fucking, you gotta comment, right?
Yes.
So I did. I fall for it. I comment. I'm like, who? Or something fucking. Dude, some Dawkins trolls came out of the woodwork. We're like, Don Dawkins a fucking musical genius. Don Dawkins a fucking. I'm like, I'm not knocking the band. I'm like, you guys can go fuck yourselves. You guys are stupid.
Huge Dawkins fans.
It's funny. I wonder if they're like members of the band. I just didn't recognize. I don't know.
3 was Dream Warriors. Number 2 was Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
Number 4 was The Dream Master. Number 5 was The Dream Child. And then Freddy's Dead, The New Nightmare. No, wait, The Final Nightmare. And then Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Then Freddy vs. Jason. Then Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, which is just a straight remake
of the first one.
We should watch that on MST3K mode. The new version of the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
So our background's going to be at a sunshiny, bright day park.
Yeah, we'll have to
with the sun
we'll do it during the day.
With the sun on, yes.
We'll record during the day.
Not doing it. Fuck all that. I'm going to throw one more movie on this list. And this movie comes simply because in high school, I had a VHS tape full of music videos, Headbangers Ball and all this shit, right? I know Headbangers Ball on there. I know AC/DC Shook Me All Night Long was on there, and I know some other some metal stuff, right? I would put it in when I'm going to bed. So I'd listen to, like you used to listen to the radio, I'd listen to music videos, right? Whatever. Put it in and go to sleep, fall asleep watching TV and the music videos. The VHS tape I was using, I got from my dad, right? My dad let me have it. I'm recording over the first half of it, and I'm just, I would fast forward until the end, rewind it until I saw the next video, fast forward to the end of that video, hit pause, put it in, or, pause, and then record the next video,
Record your favorite videos.
Yeah. So I built this fucking thing. So I put it in.
VHS mixtape.
Yes.
Love it.
I put it in. And this happens all the fucking time. I'm watching the videos. I go to fucking sleep. There are some nights where I'll wake up before that tape is done. And after my videos, at some point in that tape, I recorded over The Shining. On that tape is the last 30 minutes of the fucking Shining.
Oh, good.
You've been watching it. So the last 30 minutes or the part I remember the most is when the dad absolutely loses his shit and he's chasing around everybody with the axe.
Yeah.
The wife is running around the house, fucking frantic, doing whatever the fuck she's doing with the knife.
Olive oil.
The elevators, Shelley Duvall. The elevators full of blood. The twins, Danny boy.
All the crazy stuff.
All the crazy shit comes to a head.
Yep.
Danny is running through the fucking snow maze from his own dad, who has a hatchet.
7 or 8 years old.
And he's chasing him through the snow, right? And you'll see Danny, being all strategic, right? He walks to the end of, he walks down one path and stops, and then he backtracks in his own steps, right? And then hops off the path and covers his shit up and hides. And the dad's running through, Danny, where are you? Yelling at him, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the scene goes on, movie goes on, and then there's a scene where they show him frozen to death. Frozen. Like that. Yeah. He's frozen to death out there, snot and shit's all frozen, blah, blah, blah. And then the movie fucking ends. But the whole movie's fucking scary, but the whole movie's a mind fuck. There's jump scares in it, but it's not that kind of scary movie. It's, it wasn't meant to scare kids.
Psychological thriller.
Yeah, it was one of those fucking things. But good thing, I preserved the last, I don't know, maybe it was just the last 20 minutes. Whatever the craziness, the whole fucking thing. Scary as fuck. So naturally, here's where all the, the fucking scary shit comes in. I'm not going right back to sleep, nor am I getting up to turn the fucking tape off. I gotta watch it. And
no way.
I'm not touching the floor. And growing up, I had the same bed. I had like a captain's bed. It touched the ground. It had drawers underneath it. So there was no getting underneath my bed. You know what I mean? So I didn't have to worry about people grabbing my feet or anything like this, but I wouldn't leave the bed. I wouldn't go over and turn the TV off. Or I wouldn't get off the couch, wherever I was fucking sleeping, right? I would sit there and have to watch this whole fucking thing, not make a noise, not make a sound, all breathing up underneath the blankets, kind of just with my eyes out, just kind of hiding.
Watch it again.
Watching the whole fucking thing, right? So, again, avoiding the nightmares. Avoiding the bad dreams, avoiding the scary shit in my dreams, because that's where the shit got real. Fuck all that shit. That shit was scary. Right?
Did you hear the conspiracy theory about The Shining?
No, tell me.
Did I already tell you about it?
No.
So the people who think that they faked the moon landing think that Stanley Kubrick was the guy that, the director who they hired to make up and fake all the footage out in the desert in Arizona or whatever they think they did, and they faked the anti-gravity and all that stuff. Well, they think that there's clues all over throughout the movie of The Shining where Stanley Kubrick is admitting, it's like a confession story built into the movie of The Shining of Stanley Kubrick admitting that he faked the moon landings.
That's kind of neat.
Let's see if I can... Danny wears a sweater with the Apollo 11 rocket on it. The room number that they stay in or something is room 237, which is how far the Earth is from the moon. The carpet pattern resembles the launch pad of Apollo 11. There's actually a full documentary about this theory. I can't remember what it's called. But it goes through the whole movie and finds little clues like that and pieces together all this numerology and all these things. It's hilarious.
So some of the results, like I was saying, I will not watch scary movies at nighttime.
No, that's just fixing. That's called a workaround.
Yeah. So I just won't watch them.
Do it in the daytime if you have to.
I haven't had scary dreams in a long time, but back then, the dreams included, dying all the time, like hitting the ground every time, you fall. I wouldn't hit the ground every time, but I have a pretty vivid dream where I'm falling. I was driving a car and I was with, it was Danny and somebody else, right? But I was driving, and this was like a coyote kind of experience. We're driving, all of a sudden the road was out and the bridge was out, and I was doing something that I could have avoided, but I went off the fucking road. I went off the fucking cliff, and we're falling. And we had enough time to fucking realize what the fuck's happening, enough time to look at each other, because he's 10 or 15 feet away from me. We're both falling upside down. We hit the fucking ground. I hit the fucking rock. Pow! I bounce. Pow! And I see stars each time. And I remember lifting up my head up off the ground, all shaky and shit, just all fucked up. I'm just pounding, just like throb, throb, throb. And I see Danny over there on a rock, all smashed up. And then I wake up. I'm like, aren't I supposed to wake up before I hit the fucking ground?
Yeah,
aren't I supposed to wake up before Freddy stabs his fucking hands at me? Aren't I supposed to wake up before the bullets actually fucking hit me? Aren't I supposed to fuck it? You know what I mean? So I stopped watching this.
You have a delayed protection mechanism, and that doesn't keep you from experiencing those things in your dream.
I don't know. Active imagination. Maybe I was on drugs back then. In fact, if it was before 2006, I guarantee you I was on drugs back then.
Yeah.
Whatever drugs. Weed.
So just let you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain was just like, well, fuck, this is what we're thinking about.
Good.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Go.
You want it?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Take it.
Full experience.
Here's your fucking dream.
This is what it'll be like to hit the rocks.
You want to finally want to sleep? Here you go. Here's your dream, buddy. Other shit that I'm afraid of, or other shit that scares me, some of them are rational, some of them are irrational. I have the dumbest fear of dropping my keys down a street grate, like the grating on the sidewalk, especially the big squared ones, like where there's like a transformer underneath the ground, or like the big drains to
It's
bay.
not catching keys. It might catch your phone. It's not if it goes to the right angle, anyways. But your keys are going straight through.
I got to walk over or around one every morning when I park in the parking lot at work. There's one on the walk in. I can go up on the sidewalk and walk, but I see it.
Yep.
And I know I'm not going to drop my keys down there. But every time I see one, the first thing I think of is like, where are my keys? I put them in, I hold them in my pocket and I walk around that shit. And I always look down there to see if there's other keys in there. I don't know why I'm worried about dropping my fucking keys down there. But
if all of those irrational fears are tied to some kind of trauma, then what is the trauma that caused you to? Did you actually lose your keys down?
I don't want to lose my keys, and I'll be fucked.
It must have happened though. It must have something, or you got threatened with it, or you dropped your keys, then they almost went down one of those, or something, and now it's.
So knock on wood.
It's not irrational. It's just.
I think
it's a very specific thing.
Yeah, I don't want.
So it has to be tied to some kind of.
Because I can't get them back. I think is the fear. I can't get them back.
Fear of being stranded or loss of control.
Loss of control. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm not dropping my keys down there. Fuck that, right? I mean, that's kind of dumb, but I
in your hand with a grip in the pocket,
or
so triply safe.
Yeah, and I'll walk around it and I'll stare at the thing too, just to make sure.
So you don't fall.
You know how dumb it would be if I did all that and I walked over the top of it anyway? I would deserve to lose my fucking keys.
Just threatening fate.
Yeah.
What am I? What am I? The guy with all the luck in the world? I'm not trying that shit.
Nope. I don't turn my back on the ocean, bro. I pay attention to this shit, right? All right. Note to you, note to the world, note to our world. If you ever find my body upside down in a chimney, in a cave, anywhere stuck with my arms to the side, just know I was put there. My ass was put there. I don't know what it is, but you will not catch me upside down with my arms to my side, crawling through fucking anything.
You're not a spelunker?
So we're going to talk about this. It's called the Nutty Putty Cave Disaster. It's hard for me to watch this video.
Yeah, I can't.
Most of the fear comes, it takes my breath away when I watch this video, right? It's showing. It's not, I think it's about the dream, but it's less about the fear of the dream, but just the fear of like, what if I get fucking stuck? There's no way out. I'm not just going to be able to stand up. I can't just push 700 feet of earth above me, solid fucking rock,
not
where
happening.
I can just crawl. If you guys are watching this, you'll see how narrow some of these are, and you'll see the illustrations in here of how this guy, I mean, bless his soul, we're not poking fun at him. Absolutely not. You see the way he gets stuck. the way the way he died was the cave came down a little bit like this. It kind of leveled out and then kind of dipped again at about I don't know, it's about a 90-degree angle, but then kind of angled like this. Well, he crawled on his belly, went down into that angle, but the angle was a dead end, and his feet had just breached angle to going down. That hole had dropped just long enough for his body. He was too upside down and without enough grip to push himself, to back himself out. When when rescuers found him, rescuers got to him, bro. He didn't just die unknown. When rescuers got to him, they couldn't bring him out to where his feet could clear that angle again and come back this way.
Yeah.
Because his hips were so far down. They got him up a little bit. If I read the story, there was something happened. He fell back down again. And I don't know if he broke something or something, but at that point they knew. They're like, this is not going to fucking work for you, bro. And I think he got to make a phone call. I think he got to communicate a little bit.
Right.
And he fucking died in that hole, bro. And they just sealed that hole up. I mean, they couldn't, there's nothing they could do. And then I think to prevent other people from falling into the same thing. So some of these scenes, the hole is only, they call it the birth canal. It's only this wide. But if you're coming straight on, I'm not a large guy, but around the shoulders, head on like this, there's only so much, like, the belly and the hips. And if you're crawling like this, and sometimes they're crawling like this through the hole.
You're using like your armpits basically to
For
move,
fucking
bro.
why?
No, dude.
How
I'm
do
not
you?
a cave explorer.
And then you get to the end and you're upside down, and then it's like, oh fuck, it's a dead end. Can you pull me out? Hey, oh fuck it, that's right, I'm down here by myself.
Yeah. I can't even watch that shit.
I can't watch it. It's hard to watch this. Watching the
just
animation.
went up to what's the forest up there? Went up to Calaveras, to the big trees.
Yep.
On Memorial Day, just to go.
Very cool.
Take the mother-in-law up and experience some big trees. And you drive right up there past Moaning Caverns and Mercer Caverns and all that stuff. So I was thinking, like, she would be cool to like drive by there and let her do one of those tours if she's ever done it before. But yeah, because so I went to the websites to go check it out, and you can do the special tours where they'll let you go way back deep into the caves, and you got to squeeze through these. Nah, dude. You can barely get me go down that spiral staircase into the Moaning Cavern. Because I'm like, someone's going to be in this when the earthquake happens that collapses this whole thing in. And I don't want to be that guy, so I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there because I'm not trying to win that lottery.
Yeah, I get that.
No thanks.
I get that.
Get in, get out, maybe. I did it once, but I didn't like it. I don't enjoy myself. Like crossing a bridge. I can't wait to get off this bridge.
I don't trip on bridges.
I don't want to hang out on a bridge. Like Bay Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge.
Just give me a cross.
Get on, get off.
Get on, get off.
Can I speed, please? Yeah, get out of the way.
I don't mind it. I don't think about that shit.
Yeah.
I've been to Moaning Caverns. That one doesn't bother me. The earthquake thing crosses my mind every time, right? I'm in.
It is big in there. It's huge.
But here's the thing. It's not as scary as the one I went to, Black Chasm Caverns up in Volcano, which is still in the Mother Lode, up a different highway, up a different section of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
But it's still up there, right? And this is Black Chasm, and you go down into this little mine shaft looking door, and then you instantly go into what looks like, the 1940s fucking gold mine, wooden fucking Donkey Kong Country fucking wooden staircases and hand railings and shit, right? It looks like giant, really worn wood with a big wood grain on it. It looks like fucking Donkey Kong Country fucking wood. It just, everything's all wooden.
That's all they had.
And it's old looking, right? It's not, anyways, here's the fear. It doesn't feel rickety. It doesn't feel unstable. It doesn't creak or move. It's solid as fuck. It feels solid. The fear is of falling, but it isn't of falling and dying. It's falling and not getting back out, or my kid falling and not being able to get to them.
Yeah.
Of falling down so far and not being able to get them out, or of me falling over to this side and then hitting the side and sliding to where if I don't breathe and if I don't sweat, I can stick to this fucking rock and not fall 3,000 feet. All I got to do is grab that rope with my mouth in 45 minutes when the rescuers get here.
Yeah.
Is my fear.
Yeah.
Stupid shit. The first time through Black Chasm was fine. It was fun. It was neat. Did all the things. The second time through it was hard for me. It wasn't about claustrophobia. It wasn't about, small places, but it was all about probably the fear of not being able to get out. And I think that's the fear of the Nutty Putty Cave stuff, not being able to get out. I do find in elevators. I do find, like in a tent, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a
I carry a knife in a tent
thing.
so I can get out, right? So I don't know, dude. Yeah, fuck all that. But here's the other thing. Here's another fear that it might be all tied to, right? Free solo climbing, climbing up a giant fucking rock with no rope, just your hands and a bag of chalk.
Is that just heights in general, though?
No, it's the commitment that it fucking takes because you climb up. And like you said before, yeah, bro, they're not climbing down. You get up to a certain point, there is no fucking return. You have to go up.
Yeah, you're not climbing down.
And some of these climbs take hours and hours and hours and hours, and they're doing it with no fucking hands, and they're going all the way to the guy who free climbs El Capitan, for example. Good Lord, dude. No. I watch these videos. We're watching it right now. I watch these videos. You looked.
To do it for effect for the camera. I go, hey, I draw the crowd's attention to the screen.
Well, okay. So right now we're looking at those ibex that climb that, I think it's a dam, that really steep dam.
Oh, yeah.
And it leaks water.
They got sick hoofs.
You got the hoofs. There's like a fingernail that's really strong, and they can stand on the edge of a fingernail. And most of their hoof is not even on a rock. They can stand like on a pinky toe. Basically what it equates to.
Yep.
If you you can't stand flat-footed on the rock, but your pinky toe's got a good grip.
Good
enough. And you can climb up that fucking wall with just.
That's how those free solo guys are. It's like as long as they can get a fingernail into a crick of a rock, they can pull themselves up to the next step.
But it gets windy. But there's fucking rocks. And what if there's a snake up there? Or what if a bird fucks with them? Or what if, something they fucking. Bro. There's no rescue. They
fall all the time, though. Those guys fall all the time.
That's scary as fuck, bro. I'm not doing that shit.
All right. I don't like those guys who go climb the towers and stuff. You see the guys that go fucking dick off on the edge of a hotel, on the roof of a hotel, and they're like doing doing fucking silly little twists and stuff out on the edge of a building and stuff.
I hope they fall.
Yeah, it hurts my butthole. It does something to my guts.
You just
it
deserve
sucks
to fall.
Everything up in my guts. I don't know why. I did some of that stuff in the Marines. Like we had to, like a giant canyon, and we had to have a guy take a rope, one guy walk across the canyon to tie the rope to the tree on the other side so we could pull it tight. And we all went across the rope 150 feet over the ground. I was okay with that, but I wouldn't go climb that tower in Ripon.
You wouldn't. You could do this on the monkey bars at your kid's school and go across the monkey bars just fine with your feet all bent and just ding, 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 ding. I wouldn't do it 3,000 feet off the fucking ground.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I wouldn't do it. Anywho, so I think, we could probably, there's a couple more, but this last one, I would rather fight two people. If I had to choose, fuck with these guys or fight two people. Like say Fear Factor shit, right? Here's where I would fail in Fear Factor. Eating a bug.
Yeah.
I'm not eating a bug.
I'm out.
I'm not eating a bug.
I'm out.
If I have to fucking catch it, I'm not fucking eating it. I'm not doing it, right? You have to catch a strawberry. You know what I mean?
Even
Potato
the ones
bugs.
where they grind up the bugs into some kind of shake and then you have to drink it.
No, not doing it.
No, I'm out.
No, it's warm.
It's not even really
Are
about
bugs
like
warm?
the eating the live bug.
Are you going to have a fucking proboscis in your tooth?
Yeah, no.
No. So I'm talking about potato bugs. Talk about not the roly. Obviously, it's not a roly-poly, right? These nasty fuckers, like I said in the beginning, they're about as big as my thumb. Not fucking with these guys either. Not gonna fuck with these guys either. I mean, to a point to where it's like I gotta fight two people or fuck with these bugs. I'm not talking like walk up to it or just like be around it. Let's say I had to. I don't know. There's a bucket of them, and I had to tuck in my shirt and pour them down my shirt for 10 seconds.
No.
Or fight those two guys. I'm gonna figure out who those two guys are.
Yeah. How big are they?
I'm really going to look at what kind of
Start
ass
asking.
whooping. If I could get one, the other one could only whoop me. How bad? If I could, I'm it's kind of.
What if you woke up and there was one on your chest? You just wake up and you look down and it's just chilling there looking at you. How loud are you going to scream?
It's going to be one of those. And you're going to watch my.
It's going to be a dork out move.
Separate. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. One little leg's going to get caught on my shirt. It's going to stay there for a couple of fucking one of these. And I'm going to flick it.
It grabs on.
I'm going to feel the
You
weight
don't want
of
to
it.
touch it, so you're going to try and do the shirt flick
I'm gonna
first.
flick it, and his little leg's going to catch one leg, and he'll just sit there and flip around a little bit and start
Freaking out. Now he freaks out. Now you freak out.
I'm pulling my fucking shirt off my body Hulk style. Skin.
I've done that.
And then whoever fucking put it there, having serious words.
Have you seen the filter where you could point the camera and it makes it look like a spider's crawling on your face, and then they do it to other people? Those are fucking great, dude. Make people slap the shit out of themselves.
That shit's funny.
Yes. We should make a potato bug version of one of those. Potato bug filter.
Oh, crawling on your face?
Crawling on your face.
Fuck all those things. I don't know. Potato bugs. Not doing them. All right. There's a few things. We'll wrap this up here in just a minute.
But other insects and spiders and stuff too, though. I mean, potato bugs are bad, but most spiders, I don't want anything to do with any of them.
They don't freak me out like that. Nope, nope, and nope. I'll fuck with anything with a stick.
Scorpions.
Yeah, easy. Okay, you catch those things. Bring them home.
You know?
Spiders, black widows, catch them. Bring them home. With sticks, right? I'm not picking them up, right?
Yeah. With sticks.
Long sticks. Bring them home. Catch stuff. Bring it home. Bring it home. Potato bugs? No. I'm not doing it. All right, so we covered a whole bunch of scary shit, right? The fuck you were fighting, potato bugs, seriously. Those black and giant black and yellow fucking cricket thingies, whatever. Jerusalem crickets or fucking...
The hell's that?
The potato bugs?
Oh, is that what it's called?
Jerusalem
Is it a
crickets.
cricket?
Well, it's not a true cricket. I've read up on them. They're an insect, and they're a feeder. They're at the bottom of the food chain. They're recyclers, and all they really do is provide food for other things that like eat insects and shit, like fucking, I don't know, possums and fucking, not squirrels, but fucking other little ground fucking raccoons and fucking all that shit that eat little grubs and worms and fucking Pumbaa, Timon.
Yes,
those
guys.
Those fucking guys.
Those guys at that level of food chain.
Yeah, they're at that level, right? A grub. So I think that's going to do it for us tonight. There's a couple other stories that we're going to, you know what? I will save these for another night. Hit us up in the comments if you guys have any of these fears, if you share the same fear, if you think we're sissies or whatever. Let us know. Don't forget, no matter what you do, hit that subscribe button and let us know you're watching. That's the best way to let us know that you are here and you're checking out our channel. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you on the audio side, on the video side. Like and subscribe for sure, and make sure you watch the video all the way to the end. That helps us in everything. So if you like our show, especially if you're coming over from the audio and checking out our video, thank you guys so much. And our video watchers, if you're just catching us now on YouTube, we have 2 years of archives sitting over at genxaway.podbean.com. I'll put the link in the description. You can check out our huge... We have a very sizable audio archive.
Yes, we do.
We do. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
We're very impressive.
It is. It's pretty hot. So anyways, that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our viewers. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. That's going to do it for us tonight. My name is Jason.
And I'm Greg.
Peace out, everybody.
Late.
I didn't know what camera to look at. I goofed it. Dude, that coffee's got me a little hopped up. I'm afraid to finish it. What time is it?
9:30.
I don't think I should finish it.
Only 2 shots.
Hey, so a couple of stories we didn't tell tonight. Almost drowning in the canal. I should have been hit by a car on my bike that one day. God made me invisible. He came down from heaven and stopped those motherfucking bullets.
Yes.
He did. Straight up, that car went through me.
Intervention.
That car went through me that day. I saw the passenger guy sitting in the seat. That's how close to that car I was when they went from my left to my right and crossed my path, because I went out into theirs. Yeah. I pulled off a high speed 90-degree turn. Really? I did that.
Like Tron.
Yeah. Or, God came down and stopped these motherfucking bullets. Almost drowning in the canal. My roofing buddy's saving my ass. I was stuck, dude. I'm getting hit by a car. Oh, I think, was this before my dad was listening? So, hey, there was this one time in Virginia Street. Aaron was a little kid, little baby, still in diapers. He was in the backyard. He was on a chair. And he was just climbing around on the chair, whatever, playing. And I don't know if I was watching him. I was just playing with him. Anyways, you know that little Indian rider or red Indian? It's not red rider. It says Indian on it or something. It's that little kid's compound bow that I had growing up that I still got out there in the garage somewhere.
I remember that thing around the house.
Yeah. So I took that thing and I took a target arrow, which this little pencil tip on it, and I shot it straight up in the air. Just shut up. That's what I did. It's just what I did. Anyways, I shot that arrow straight up in the air. It goes way up in the air, and my little brother's climbing on that chair out in the middle of the yard. I'm probably 10 or 15 feet away from him. Whatever. He's not right next to me. He's from here to there away, right? The arrow goes up, and naturally the arrow comes straight fucking back down. It's headed for the center of that chair. It's headed for the center of the seat of that chair. And right now, as it's coming down, my little brother's got both hands on the back of the chair, one knee up on the seat, pulling himself up. So his fucking big old baby dome head is right there. He's in diapers. So he's, 2? year and a half, 2, somewhere in there, right? Walking, crawling. That arrow goes up. It's coming down. It's coming down right there, dude. It's going to hit that fucking chair. My brother's all over that chair. He's a baby, dude. Our telephone wire went from the back of our house up to the telephone pole, big old loopy thing. That arrow hit that telephone wire. And it wasn't a telephone wire that goes from pole to pole. It's the little one that goes from the pole to our house.
To your house.
It wasn't the power line. It was our telephone line.
So it's just a little one.
Smaller.
Yeah.
It hits that. The tip doesn't hit it. The side of the fucking arrow hits the side of that fucking wire because it came down. Here's that wire. Here's my arrow. And the wire's going like this. It didn't hit like this and dunk or whatever. It went that way. So however it hit, maybe it was coming down kind of sideways. Maybe it wasn't coming straight down. Maybe it was, and it crossed the wire like this. But either way, it hit and slid over and landed 2 or 3 feet from that chair. I got so scared. That was the last time I shot that bow. Because I would lay on my back and put the bow on my feet and pull it back with both hands and then roll back on my back. Shoot it straight up.
So that wasn't the first time you did it?
No, we had it down, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing it. I was probably down to my last arrow because I lost the others.
Somehow you were getting a perfect vertical launch with that thing, though.
Yeah. And coming back down within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Not bad.
Considering wind and all that stuff, too.
Mm-hmm.
Skills, bro.
Almost killed my little brother.
Sorry, Aaron.
That's what I think. That's my thought, right? Based on the judgment, based on, my experience as, in trajectory and engineering and rocket science.
You told your parents about it as soon as they got home?
Of course. This is the first time they're going to hear about it unless they've, I don't think I've ever said that. I'm not sure I ever shared that story. I'm not sure I ever shared that one to them.
No?
No, they're here it now.
I think it's on an episode.
Maybe. Who knows?
I've heard the story. I'm not sure if it was recorded or not.
I think so. So, yeah. Anyways, love you, bro. Love you, man. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Mom.
That was a close one.
I forgot.
Even though we don't write on it every single time.
No, it's the same one. It's the date. It's the date of our first recording, March 17th, 2022. Scene 1, take 1.
Didn't you accidentally write it with permanent ink?
Well, I wrote it on purpose, and that's why I wrote the date. Is the first date. Is our first recording. So that's on purpose.
That's going to be memorabilia one day.
It is. That's all permanent. Yeah. All right. Shit that scared me. Take 1. Boom, shaka.